This video is going to be kind of scuffed. It's a video about the new update, the most notable changes about it. I'm going to start with the changes to Husks and how Husk genes are actually much nicer than they were before. When you are at the stage where you get the Husk dinger coming out of your mouth, Husks will become neutral to you. And they will only, fight you if you attack them. You see that? It can fight back, but it's not inherently hostile. And there's been a significant change to mechanics. Oh, that Husk is gonna break that door down. Mechanics elbow grease no longer has, well, it has an upper limit now of 100, so you can only get to a maximum of 200 mechanical engineering. Security guards, their implaceable ability now makes them only remain conscious for 15 seconds after dropping below 0 health, which I feel like was kind of unnecessary, but developers know the game best. It's got 72, put these two in, reach 100, still gets XP, but caps at the 100. Of course, you know, you can read books to increase your... Okay, you can't do that anymore. You just used to be able to apply books medically. To someone. Oh, you just can't do that anymore. That is something. Electrochemists. I never knew this was even a problem in the first place. But it used to be, engineers can get electrochemists, which, if they get attacked, like melee attacked, then they will electrocute the attacker. Turns out there was a problem where if you gave them any kind of buff or were trying to do medical on them, you would just get electrocuted. So it's changed to only if you're receiving buffs, then you will not zap people. But that means you will definitely know when people are poisoning you. If you get injected with something and they get zapped, then you know you've been husked, poisoned, or whatever. Which is pretty neat. With Scrounger and Scrap Savant, something I didn't know was that you could place portable pumps and detonators inside of submarines, like wrecked submarines, and you could click on them. It would count as a new container, which would drop scrap, and you could pick them up and put them down constantly to make infinite amounts of scrap from one sub. I wish I'd done that sooner. So, capped 200, but wearing a pirate bandana and assistant clothes, you can get it to 210 if you really want to do that. Diving suits play a different warning sound when oxygen in the suit is below 5%. And they have added a quick time event for repairs. I'll show you that. Just give this a moment. Yeah, I got shot. That's fair. Essentially, you have to get the bar and it makes it quicker. Also, damaging outpost NPCs when there's a monster or an instigator nearby does not turn the outpost NPCs hostile. So, if you accidentally hit one during a fight, they'll be fine. They've added a kind of assassination mechanic with outpost NPCs, where if you manage to kill one in one hit with no one else seeing, then the guards will not be alerted to it, meaning you'll be completely fine. They added a game analytics, which you can opt in or out when you open up the game, to collect error logs automatically and statistics about the game so that they can easier fix problems. It doesn't save any of your name, it's all anonymous, just game statistics. Power down reactors no longer zap people when repairing. They improved monster spawning, meaning different monsters spawn in different biomes, so you're not gonna find abyss creatures in the cold caverns anymore. There's been a chain with ladders that's pretty neat, because, well, you've always been able to shift down ladders quickly, but now you can quickly climb up ladders with the shift key. You can now end outpost rounds without saving, so if you've got glitches, then you don't have to save those. Boarding axe and assault rifle have been tagged as medium items, so you can put them in cabinets instead of just on the ground, so you can make your submarines cleaner. So this no longer has to be a thing, you can go in here now. Mod Raptor shields actually block projectiles now, unlike before, and they can be destroyed by firing at them. Got some right here. Leave this person. No, they don't have a gun. I'll go get a gun. All medical curtains can be opened and closed. Stun tools have been removed from Riot Officer loadout and placed with Riot Shotgun, which makes sense. And burns slowly heal by themselves now, but radiation poisoning makes you burn quicker, so you can't out-heal it. Did that even block it? I mean, I think it did, yeah, I blocked it. Oh yeah. And then it's broken. That's pretty neat. Prototype steam cannons have now been allowed to damage ballast flora. Hucks no longer consume hull oxygen. Well, no, I mean, sorry. They no longer consume oxygen tanks that they have when they have hull oxygen present. Editing item quality in some editors now allowed. Fixed camping. with multiplayer fixes, fixed campaign character resetting. If the client disconnects, rejoins, and respawns on the same round after their characters got killed. And that happened a lot to me. Fixed. I did not even know this was a problem since I never play with friendly fire. With just friendly fire being disabled, there was a problem where you could not apply buffs to crewmates while allowing harmful afflictions to be applied. They flipped it. Fixed other client characters sometimes teleporting out of the sub for one frame would cause them to explode if they had water-sensitive items in their inventory. Anyway, on to the talents. Beat Cop now gives 25% repair speed as well. Gene Therapist now gives an additional 25% medical item potency. Correctly displays as adding a flat 10% to each refined genetic material, which is lower than the 30% before. Still kicking, the assistant ability now rapidly heals over a short duration. Instead, I can probably show this off in this video by just jamming this man with things. Okay, he's got still kicking, I can tell. Bro, what? There may or may not be a glitch with the shield. I feel like the shield is still functioning, because harpoons usually do more damage than this. Let me just look at the coordinates instead. So, yeah. Did not realize it was going to be that quick. Assistant skill books can no longer be used on other characters. Instead, nearest allies gained 5 to all skills when the book is read. First aid training no longer requires the security officer to be on low health to gain the 35% increased medical item potency. Canned heat now actually increases the quality of fabricated oxygenite tanks. Fixed pyromaniac applying the buff to the enemy you're damaging instead of your character. And now if the last person alive is an assistant and they go unconscious, the round will not end if they have the still kicking talent. Fixed crew layabout applying stat boost to enemies as well. Chem addiction is no longer the type of poison, so it cannot be cured. Only chem withdrawal can be healed. You can now order AI to find weapons, prepare for expeditions, load items, recharge battery cells, refill oxygen tanks, and reload ammo, so you no longer do that manually. There's now an option to tell AI to pump in water to the sub. And orders that cannot be completed are now automatically dismissed instead of, glitching out the AI. Fix. Bots are just genuine intelligence. I gotta go.